Scientists estimate that anywhere from 1 to 4 billion species of animals have existed on Earth over the course of our planet's history. And of that number, only about 50 million species are still around today. It is a sad fact of life that most animal species will eventually become extinct. PawNation's For the Record is about to highlight a few of the most fascinating animals that no longer walk, fly, or swim amongst us. We begin with perhaps the most famous of all extinct animals, the dodo. The flightless bird was endemic to an island east of Madagascar in the Indian Ocean, but the island contained no natural predators. So when European sailors first came upon the bird around 1600, it had no natural fear of man. Why chase dinner when it'll just walk up to you instead? Apparently the bird was pretty tasty, and within a century, the poor dodo was done. The great auk's name might sound like a superhero, but it didn't have sufficient enough superpowers to save itself from extinction. The oddly built bird called the frigid northern waters of the Atlantic Ocean home, and to live in such a chilly environment, it had a soft, thick, and warm layer of down. Unfortunately, it was also the ideal kind of down that people like to put inside their pillows and blankets. You do the math. We did, and it didn't turn out too well for the great auk. The laughing owl got its name because its bird call sounded like cackling laughter. The owl was native to New Zealand, but due to overhunting, its cry can no longer be heard in the land of Middle-earth. Or on any other part of Earth, for that matter. He who laughs last, laughs best. And ironically, that wasn't the laughing owl. Next up, the California golden bear once roamed the wilderness of the western United States. The animal served as the inspiration for the mascot of the UC Berkeley, California Golden Bears, the UCLA Bruins, and is also proudly depicted on the California state flag. And how was all of this reverence towards this noble creature ultimately rewarded? The last golden bear was shot and killed by a hunter in 1922. Moving on. The quagga. Aside from its name being the highest scoring Scrabble word in today's video presentation, its other distinguishing characteristic involved the unique pattern of its coat. The quagga was a relative of the zebra and also called Africa home, but unlike its brethren, it only had stripes on the front half of its body. Ever heard of the expression, "I'm so hungry I could eat a horse"? Well, if you were hungry in Africa, you might have said, "I'm so hungry I could eat a quagga," because the animal disappeared in the late 19th century after, among other reasons, being hunted into extinction for its meat. We end with the Rocky Mountain locust. Congregating in the western United States, the largest swarm of Rocky Mountain locusts ever seen occurred in 1870 and covered about 200,000 square miles, an area about twice the size of Colorado. This particular swarm destroyed an untold number of farmers' crops and was so massive that it was estimated to have been about 12 trillion insects in number. It still holds the Guinness World Record as the greatest concentration of any animal ever. Perhaps a creature going extinct isn't always a bad thing. Saying goodbye to the California golden bear, laughing owl, and the quagga? We're sorry to see you go. Saying goodbye to the Rocky Mountain locust? Don't let the door hit you on the way out. But if you wish to learn more about the comings and goings of various members of the animal kingdom, visit PawNation. It's where I hang out. Until next time, that concludes this installment of PawNation's For the Record.